Hello, my friends. Today we are embarking on a fascinating journey into the world of Slavic paganism. We'll be delving into the profound values that underpin this ancient belief system, passed down through generations. So grab a snack, sit back, relax, and let's dive right in. Slavic paganism, a system deeply rooted in the history of Eastern Europe, offers a unique perspective on life, nature, and the universe. Although the sources of these traditions are numerous, we'll be drawing insights from various historical accounts found in a specific book that I will link in the description and talk about more later at the end of the video. At its core, Slavic paganism emphasizes a harmonious relationship between humans and nature. The world exists in three layers: the person, the home, and the earth. This profound respect for the natural world is evident in our rituals and symbols, many of which celebrate the forces of nature, fertility, the changing seasons, and rebirth. Reincarnation is a large belief in Slavic paganism that we are reborn into our descendants. It gives us a reason to go on and build a future for our descendants, as we are going to become them one day or another. Deities in Slavic paganism are not distant figures, but rather reflections of natural forces. Perun, the thunder god, symbolizes the power and majesty of lightning, as well as the young human, the freshly born, the fetus. Veles, on the other hand, represents the underworld and the fertile earth, as well as the womb. Unlike in other beliefs, the gods are not represented as powerful beings. Instead, they are the earth, and they are venerated, for they give life and death to all. Another interesting fact that isn't commonly found in other pagan beliefs is that the gods actually don't have a set sex or gender or whatever you want to call it. In fact, there are rituals where veles is also known as vela and perun is also known as pera. It is quite interesting to compare to the Greeks or the Romans, who had a different belief system. Rituals and ceremonies were essential in Slavic pagan practices. The act of offering gifts to the gods and spirits was a way to maintain harmony in the physical and spiritual realms. Herbs believed to possess magical powers and properties were used to purify spaces and connect with the divine. There was a specific belief that if you were in a rough situation, about to die to, the Christians that were conquering and pillaging our lands, you could promise to sacrifice an animal to Perun, and if you managed to get out of that situation alive, you would have to keep your promise, obviously, but there were certain things that would give hope in just small traditions or, I guess, beliefs. But then there were also massive festivals. There was, I have to remember the name of it, but there is a very specific festival where towards the end in the night, both men and women bathe naked in the spring, and anyone who tried to fornicate would quite literally be executed. So the natural body was in fact seen as something pure, and it was not something that was to be misused, if that makes sense. Ancestral veneration is another cornerstone of Slavic paganism. Honoring one's forebears was a way to preserve familial and cultural bonds. It is a reminder that we are a part of an unbroken chain, and it encourages a sense of responsibility towards both our past and future generations. As I mentioned earlier, it is basically an idea of, we are our ancestors and we will become our descendants, and therefore we need to both respect ourselves in the past and make sure that we're going to be doing well in the future as well. Craftsmanship and creativity were highly valued in Slavic societies. Handmade crafts, like intricately designed jewelry and ornate textiles, were imbued with spiritual significance. They served as tangible expressions of devotion and connection to the spiritual realm. Water held special importance in Slavic paganism. Rivers, lakes, and springs were considered sacred, believed to be inhabited by water spirits. These spirits are both revered and appeased, reflecting the reverence for water's life-giving and transformative qualities. Water was also seen as a source of wisdom, as the Slavs had their own tree of life with a well of knowledge that represented embryonic fluid to nourish the fetus. To put simply, all of Slavic paganism is actually symbolism for the real, system of life, right? So, the tree of life, similarly as to how Nordic paganism started, was just an ancestral symbolism. The well was the embryonic fluids. It became the well of knowledge because that is kind of that in-between realm where you're not yet born, but you're not, alive, right? So you're dead, but almost born, right? Like that in-between. Music, dance, and communal celebrations were ways in which Slavic communities came together to honor their beliefs. These shared experiences fostered a sense of belonging and unity, reminding us of the importance of connecting with others. It was the essence of community for humans as social beings, and the Slavs had strengths in their bond and hospitality. They would always treat guests the same, no matter where they were from, what tribe, what country, even the Christians who were doing unspeakable acts to our ancestors. We treated them as kindly as we could. Another interesting thing that I want to talk about is just how progressive Slavic paganism was compared to the Romans and even compared to Christianity. Everyone would always call Slavs barbaric or, uncivilized, but we always respected others. We did not have as much of an established patriarchy as even you see nowadays. We had roles based on gender or sex, but as society progressed, and now with modern times where we don't need it anymore, it is actually more heavily, for some reason, emphasized. We also had hospitality that cannot even be seen now. We did not see people by the color of their skin. We did not have as strong racism as there is even now in the US. It was very interesting. Going back to the point of patriarchy, to actually get married to a woman, you would have to propose a gift that was worth her value, and if you didn't, you'd basically not be her only husband. Yeah, it was actually kind of crazy. But at the same time, you also didn't have to get married as a woman. You could choose to not be a woman, and then you were free to. I'm trying to figure out how to word it kindly, but you could fuck everyone. Regardless, as we conclude our exploration of the values of Slavic paganism, we're reminded of the timeless wisdom embedded in these ancient traditions. The interconnectedness of all life, the respect for others, and the celebration of community are lessons we can still learn from today. Thank you for joining me on this journey of discovery. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And make sure to share to your friends if you have any pagan friends, right? And as always, keep seeking, keep exploring, and keep embracing the wisdom of the past. I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much, and make sure to have a wonderful day.